Yeah.
Nice shirt.
Thank you very much.
I like it.
Appreciate it.
They winning anything this year?
No, not one thing.
You're a true fan.
Yeah.
Our week's been good. Again, just focus on what it takes to win. That's what it boils down to. Try to clean up some stuff that we messed up in the previous week. Of course, we had the bye week to do that. But just focus on trying to get better. That's the main thing.
How's Keon Keeley doing?
Keon is still improving, and the big thing is, and I told Keon, I've had a lot of questions about him. He's just got to focus on being a better football player. I understand that, he's talked about a lot, and to be honest with you, I told him don't even listen to it. He just needs to focus on what it's going to take for him to be a complete player, to give him an opportunity to play. And that's what it's about. And he's got 3 guys that play his position that's playing pretty good.
One of those is Jordan. Just what have you seen from him?
Jordan's matured a lot. He came in with the right mindset. He went through the spring, understood the system, and as the season goes, you see him playing more reps. He actually went in the game and had a sack, has had some pressures, done really good on the run. Jordan's a good player, and he'll continue to improve.
Everybody sees the stats on paper of LSU's offensive line and the amount of sacks allowed, tackle for loss.
Yep.
How do you encourage your guys when you know that reality?
They're a good team. I mean, they've got 2 guys those 2 tackles are probably first-round draft picks. All right, those 2 inside guys are really talented. Those 3 inside guys are really talented. But it boils down to us doing what we're supposed to do. Everyone's got an offensive line, and their job is to create running lanes and to protect the passer. We got to do a better job of rushing. I mean, that's what it boils down to. So it's our guys versus their guys, and we got to go out and compete and see what happens.
It might be overly simple, but one of the things Steve Robinson said is successful pass rush is just effort. Is that what you?
Yeah, a lot of sacks come from second effort. Obviously, you want to rush a half, but you see a lot of sacks in this league and the next level, and even in high school. Those are from second efforts, and that's what you got. You got to be relentless when you get the opportunity to rush the passer. Doesn't happen very often, but when I do, I've got to be able to go and be successful.
Yeah. Does LSU's offensive line do anything different on film than you've seen? Or is
all the offensive linemen in this league are pretty talented, and they do a good job. They got a really good running back, all right, and obviously the guy who's throwing the ball is a good athlete. So they do a good job. He gets the ball out. They run good routes at receiver. So, nothing different than we've seen before, just a lot of talent. That's what you get in the SEC.
Talking about everybody in the SEC has a good offensive line, everybody can play. So would you say the position you coach maybe has less changes week to week than, say, other positions?
It's always different wrinkles here and there, but a lot of things stay consistent as far as the rush lanes, as far as your technique. Now, patterns change depending on the game plan. But for the most part, it's consistent. But again, when you get in this point of the season, the effort has to continue to pick up. You hope you continue to improve and go out there and play well.
When you think of kind of a general question, probably not the best week for it, but a defensive line recruit, what are kind of like the attributes that you look for? I guess when the door opening ones, like the ones that you're like.
Yeah, obviously you want size and length. You want athletic ability. All right, and you look at a guy that could possibly gain weight. All right, and his growth potential. I think that's big. Change of direction is a big factor. So there's a lot of things that go into it. And then obviously some high school programs are further along than others, and you look at the technical standpoint. All right, but at the end of the day, they've got to fit the mode of what we're trying to accomplish here and what we have accomplished here in the past, and we've been fortunate to do that.
When you think of guys in your room right now, who kind of fits that mold?
A lot of them are pretty big. I always say if they're not bigger than me, I don't want them. And as you see at practice, they're all bigger than me. But but again, and you can say all those things, and they can check all the boxes. But at the end of the day, they got to have the right character. It doesn't matter how much talent you got if talent's not used. And that's what we're kind of looking for. And there's a lot of guys out there, and we've got guys in our room of those people. What you hope is when you have a kid to come in, he buys into the principles value of the organization, and those older guys help him do so.
We heard Coach Womack on Monday kind of talk about Carson Beck when he was just evaluating how you guys stop. I know you don't like to directly compare it's a different team with LSU, but when you look at a quarterback like Nussmeier, more of a pocket passer, how do you just kind of attack quarterbacks like that?
Well, you know what, I've heard he's a pocket passer, but if you watch the tape and study it, he does a lot of throws outside the pocket. The guy's really athletic. Obviously, they had a guy there last year that was really good. Nussmeier came in the game and had some valuable reps, but this guy is not just a pocket passer. He has the ability to escape the pocket, throw the ball down the field, all right, find running backs, for dink and dumps. The guy's a really good football player. I can't remember yesterday, so I don't. Carson Beck is a great player, but like Nussmeier's the guy. Like he's the guy we're playing now. That's the guy I've looked at. He's got tremendous talent, and he makes a lot of plays.
A lot of people focus on third down, but how important is first down to getting to those?
Absolutely, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And we talk about third down all the time, but if it's 3rd and 2, the statistics of you having success isn't what it should be. Now, if it's 2nd and long, all right, and you got a manageable third down, 3rd and medium, then you got an opportunity to get some guys out that can rush. So, 3rd down is great, but you better take care of business on 1st and 2nd.
Does game prep change as you get this late in the season to where there's so much tape on, opponents, but also there's so much tape?
Yeah, you have more information, but the main thing is the main thing. What can you do to put guys in the best position to have success? Again, you have, 6, 7, 8 games at this point in time in the season, and you see more things. Now, there's stuff that teams done in the front end of the year they're not doing so much now, but that's part of preparation, all right, and getting guys where they can play.
Guys like Tim Smith and Jamarian Latham are going into their last year. What have they meant to your room, both on the field and as leaders?
They've been tremendous. I've had them knuckleheads since the jump, but they've been great. They've grown up. You can see them mature. You can see them play and do things. I'm proud of them dudes. I'm proud of them. We kind of came in at the same time, and the things that they've done, week in and week out. If you watch them at practice, they work their butts off, and they're having success on Saturdays. Like, it's no secret. If you don't practice and prepare a certain way, you're not going to have success on Saturday.
What did the bye week mean to your position group? Where do you think you guys improved over the last 2 weeks?
I think on the little things. I think anytime you got a bye week, you got an opportunity to go back and study the things that you did in previous weeks. All right, you got a chance to fine tune it, and you're going against yourself. It's not necessarily a bye week because either you're getting better or you're getting worse. Nothing stays the same. So you have to go back and critique the things that you've done previously. All right, so you can build on it and help you in the games towards the end of the season.
Talk about having a couple of leaders. Who else so far this season maybe stepped up as the year?
LT's done a good job. Tim Keenan obviously is a great leader. We got a good room. We got some young guys that are coming up and playing more snaps. So the big thing is, and those guys, and everything was set. The standard was set by Tim Smith, Jamarian Latham, and Tim Keenan. And then when LT got in, it kind of got, it continued to grow, and we got young guys stepping up. So as long as you're continuing to grow, you got a chance to be successful. Who's y'all's quarterback?